Hi everyone, LazyFire here. Welcome back to Shadow of Mordor. It's our last video. Arnold, are you excited?
I'm so excited.
It's the last video. Arnold's here. Arnold is the guy who's, well, the captains that killed him are the people that I kept killing over.
Rush him!
I had a hard time.
Yeah.
It seems like with the game, there's like the difficulty curve is like a normal one, and then it just totally falls off, and the game just gets stupid easy. Like, and I don't know exactly where that point is, but the game
It's there.
gets really easy. Yeah.
I'll give it to you. That point
Yeah, like
is
that.
actually
Like what just happened? Like really? You don't have to climb anything anymore. You can just teleport to people, and they're dead. Yep.
Yeah.
So.
But if you're having issues with some of those guys, you might have more problems with the game than not.
Well, that's true.
So I gotta be honest with you, it's something I mentioned in the last video when I recorded that with somebody else, Saponica Poster actually. But I forgot to record one of the rescue missions. So you get one less mission than there should be. I'm gonna give you a heads up. You
I feel like
rescued
we're really
slaves.
missing out.
Yeah.
So, like, are we doing like Harriet Tubman roleplay or?
Yeah. I own the Underground Railroad, and what you do is you go up, you rescue slaves, and you tell them that to follow the rivers north, and they'll be able to get to freedom once they're in Canada.
Oh,
Yeah, because if they get free, in the U.S., then you can go back to the slaves thanks to the Supreme Court.
well, that's true. And I mean, and if 12 Years a Slave taught me anything, it's that even if you have your papers, you can still, get fucked.
Yeah, that was kind of a problem. Wow, so we went dark there. Actually, funny story about
Went dark? Yeah, really?
Yeah. Oh
Went
God,
dark?
no. Oh no.
That's nice. That's
Listen. I'm not running for president. Don't get up here.
Okay, Grand Wizard.
So, funny story about the Underground Railroad. Maybe not funny about the Underground Railroad, but I worked with a woman who ran a dog rescue that was called the Underhound Railroad.
Oh my
and
God.
she saw nothing
Holy
wrong
shit.
with that.
Holy
she saw
shit.
nothing wrong with that.
You! We're tied up here! Please help!
So,
I played through this game and I never did a single one. And I think it's subliminally because, like, maybe my ancestors were enslaved or something. I don't know.
you are from Florida.
That's true. That's true.
It is a problem. I think we can all agree. Anyways, with this, it's basically all these slave missions are the exact same fucking thing. You go somewhere, the slaves get freed, they tell you, oh, we did this thing to piss off the orcs, and then you move on with your life.
You know, if they would have made this game harder, I think it would have been.
No taste for show.
I mean, don't get me wrong, this game's really good, but I'm excited to see the sequel. I think they could definitely do a lot more with the whole war chief mechanic and all that. It's one of the few interesting things I've seen in a game in a while.
Yeah, it did turn out really well with that. I really wish when I threw the things at the guy, it hit the guy I was aiming for instead of what happened there. So this is actually one of the few fights you're going to see me run away from in this game. Because, God,
To fight again!
I'm really scared. I'm going to mosey around here. So if you try to, like, hit this guy, he's going to give you problems. I punched that guy to his knees, and I decided to brand him, because, why not?
All right. Of course.
Yeah, I remember doing this, even. Unfortunately, when you brand a captain... Oh, watch this. Can't knock him over. His health isn't low enough. Bullshit. And then for some reason I couldn't block him when I hit Y, so I was kind of upset. And he's a combat master, so fuck fighting that guy. I'm going to let my orcs fight him. Which is actually the smarter way to do this.
Right.
What you do is you get away, and you use your head explosion kills to get more points, and you're done. There's no good reason to actually... After a point in this game, and this is one of the things I think is kind of weak about it, there's no good point in fighting anyone.
Right.
Go ahead and just let all your orcs fight.
Basically, it becomes an RTS.
With less control. I've got two things you can control. Look at that. The guys are almost already dead. There's two things you can control. If the orcs are alive or not. Because you can hold down at any time and kill them all. Which is always effective. I actually did that for... You missed it because I know you're not watching this because why would you?
Yeah, because I played it.
Yeah, that's it. But there's there's a point in this where I had like every war chief within reason, or every captain within reason in an area, and I exploded all their heads.
Oh.
Just yeah.
Just because?
Just because felt like it.
I did one mission where, you know how when a new captain comes into an area, it says Tark, or and it zooms in on them, and it's like, so I had, I think, 6 messages. Like everybody kept saying something else. And like I could have walked away, got a drink, come back, and they still would have been talking.
I like the image. I really do. And bam. Get fucked all y'all. Just, yeah, sometimes when you have to fight like 4 or 5 captains in one small area at a time, you're just like, you know what, maybe not everyone needs to do a pro wrestler style fucking introduction.
Yeah. I do like how the war chiefs come in, like with the drum beat and all that.
Oh, yeah, that's always
the first time that came in, the first time I saw them, I'm like, oh wow, that's kind of fucking cool.
Don't stand on the edges.
See, if only they had done this in the second movie, everything would have been fine.
Yeah. Just let them get on the ledge and then knock them over. They've got no good mechanics for it. Whoa! This is like OSHA's just gotta have a field day with this place. There's no handrails. Everyone falls down the ladder. You're using ladders.
Welcome to Mitt Romney's America.
Others who need you.
No, Mitt Romney's America, they would have forcibly removed all the handrails. It's like, this is impeding business. Handrails. So I know that this is not the most exciting thing because, well, I played it, and I know this part of the game was just me going, end! So I want to challenge you, Arnold. What would you say to this game if you were an oversensitive internet type who was trying to find faults with it based on nothing but your feelings of what it should be?
Oh, well, I mean, obviously, if you look at it, you're playing as Abraham Lincoln, and the orcs are the Confederacy, and the white people are the slaves, because, I mean that's how it is. And I was going somewhere with this, but I've been drinking heavily, so.
Well,
I think that's the beginning of it. But that's kind of what I get from it. If I was an SJW, I'd be like, this is just a metaphor for
white slavery.
Yes, white slavery. Oh god,
White slavery.
That's the opposite of SJW.
No, SJW may actually prefer white slavery if that's their sexual preference.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
Yeah. See, you're on the right track. It was just a horrible, horrible path to go down.
Well, like most of the paths I go down.
We really got to keep you from that track. You've been scaring way too many kids.
That move you just did there with the ground pound, that's just incredibly overpowered.
Oh yeah, by this point in the game, it's like your best method of crowd control.
Like, I would try to get like 50, as many orcs as I could, clumped together and just jump in the middle of it. And
I think I ended up killing like 8 or 9 of them at one point in another video, just like on that one move. But the runes I have on this sword are such that, and this is one of my guys who's just off somewhere else. The runes I have on the sword, they'll do like 15% more damage if you're over 30 points, if you have a over 30 hit streak. And so people were asking in the thread, like, does that make a difference when you do the ground pound? Or better yet, does it make a difference when I do the shoulder charge? Because I have an epic rune on my shoulder charge. Look at this. Goodbye.
Yeah, what was that you just did? I never did that. Like sucking the fire?
Back? Okay, that fire is, it'd be your YX move, I guess, if you hit that in conjunction. So when you get the double hit, look at this, I took this guy's health off halfway before I even fought him. There's another video where I randomly ran up to a guy and I didn't realize he was a captain, and I just straight on like stabbed him in the back first thing. And it's like, you killed whatever, like douche, what, the 38th or something. And it's like, Jesus Christ, this game sometimes. So yeah, the where was I? Oh, the Fire of Ufrel, or whatever the fuck it is. So that move, when you combine it with the ground pound, is absolutely fantastic, because it's you know the move in Batman games where you jump up in the air and throw batarangs at all the downed enemies. Yes. Okay, it's that move. It is that move. If somebody is down, then that move will go ahead and take them all
Okay,
out.
I got you.
So
Is this made by the same people that made Batman?
no and yes, it's made
It
made
really
by
feels like it.
it's made by Monolith, which is owned by WB. And so this game, because it plays almost exactly like Batman at certain times and in certain situations, you'd be forgiven for thinking like, oh, clearly this is what Rocksteady was working on instead of Arkham Origins. No, they were working on fucking up Arkham Knight pretty hard at the time. And instead, Monolith made this over the course of, I want to say, 3 years?
Really?
Yeah.
3 years.
3 years. I mean, it's game development time. You know, these days, if you want to make a game, it's like 5 or 6 years to make something.
That's
I think
true.
I want to say that Machine Games announced, this is just a reference, Machine Games announced that they were going to make the Wolfenstein game in like 2010, 2009, like way back, and they only released it in 2014. So, like, think about that. That's a 10-hour-long single-player campaign. Nothing else. And it's a really good game, and it's really detailed, but at the same time, you're like, that is a long time for a game. That is a long time, and so, but then you look at the games where it's like every year they publish one,
Should be afraid.
Right.
you know?
Right.
Then you're like, but once you have the assets down, you have a lot of the mechanics put away, you can kind of just get away with pumping out sequels every couple
Call
of
of
years.
Duty.
Call of Duty.
I've got it.
Well, no, that's got 3 separate
Three,
studios
yeah.
working 3 years apart now. Like, no joke, half of Activision is working on Call of Duty games at any given time, at least, and the other half is Spider-Man games.
I mean, they're still printing money, so
Why stop now?
yeah.
There are others nearby.
So,
Please help me.
It's possible that you're gonna have a whole generation of gamers that like have never played anything but Call of Duty.
that would be a scary fucking generation, but I gotta say, the quick-scoping montages would be fantastic.
The, oh god. Oh, I gotta say, I've seen some pretty wonderful, like the fake fake 360 no scope montages.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Something
the
stupid.
montage
Somebody
parodies.
like said something ridiculous, and then the hit marker appears and just dubstep plays.
Yeah.
It's great.
Air horns everywhere. Yeah.
To save us.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, some of those can be absolutely fantastic.
Yes.
Where it's like there's like the
are more of us
montage
up ahead.
parody of
Please help
Titanic or whatever it is,
I-
where it's like
Oh.
yeah, Jack
I'd like
dies.
to point out we're talking about other YouTube videos on this YouTube video, which really shows that these are really not exciting missions.
Business is mine.
No, they're not. And like my big problem with them is that they're almost. I talked about this almost exclusively last video. The big problem is that they're almost all the same fucking video, same thing over and over again. Go cut man down from pole,
Help.
then go cut other man down from pole. Man asks you to help, you go cut other man down from pole. Done. That is it. That is the entire mission.
Manhole.
And then
Manhole.
I just knocked 3 people off this bridge in a row because I have
There
to.
should be handrails or something there.
Yeah, the Mordor is just like a fucking workman's comp accident waiting to happen. It's like Sauron spends so much time filling out government forms at this point, just like trying to explain why it's okay he doesn't have handrails or stairs or anything. It's like, why do you send one of your guys up to hang out with a fucking sharp weapon all day, Sauron? And it's just like, well, how else am I supposed to defend my my domain from men and elves? Like, he's got like fucking hornet problems. There's a dude who just runs around all his property throwing his friends over cliffs. It's kind of an issue.
But one of the things when I first played this, and he does the Assassin's Creed type dive off the tower, I'm like, oh, there's no fall damage.
Yep.
Which, I mean, this game is Batman. This game is literally Batman.
Yeah, they don't even try to like hide the fact that there's no fall damage. Like, despite by the idea of there's no well, see ya. By the idea that there's no fall damage, because you see he goes into the elf mode
Ghost
there and
mode.
everything.
Yeah.
It makes no fucking sense because the only other time he goes into ghost mode is if he's up in the tower, or he's well, this is poorly done. There we go. Once I killed him, his anti-gravity wore off, and he was able to fall down.
You know, open world games, I can
Come me down
tolerate
quickly.
some of the janky shit.
Yeah,
Because it's really hard to think of every situation that somebody's gonna do something.
Oh, if I could fight like you, I wouldn't have ended up
But
here.
yeah, the whole thing is like, if he can go into ghost mode whenever he feels like it, especially if he's like jumping off of something, why doesn't he just do that when people are trying to stab his ass?
Shh.
So here should have been cut. I actually go and buy the last upgrade in the game a little after I really could have used it, but whatever. Look how much money I had. I like could have done this anytime, and
Space bucks.
one more mission left. So let's forward a little bit. This is where that mission is, and this is what happens when you activate the dagger special thing. You stab orcs in ring wraith mode, basically. Like if you're wearing the one ring.
So basically what you were just talking about.
Yeah, you're invisible. I don't know if it's like, it never says like, oh, it's because you are a ghost right now, or what the fuck it is, but like the powers of the elf ghost are wide-ranging and non-specific. At times they can do all sorts of shit, and other times it's like just impossible to do the most basic things with them. So, you know, why do I have to buy any of these upgrades in the first place? Probably a better question.
Yes. Yes. Now, I think a better mechanic would have been, like, to have maybe memory montages where, like, oh god, I forgot the character's name.
Celebrimbor?
Yeah. No, the human guy.
Italian.
Talion and Celebrimbor, like, I don't know, go on a nice picnic and bond a little. Like, they get, like, bonding points. You know, we could call them bondage points.
Uh-huh. I like it.
And,
they're anchored to the wall.
Right.
Yeah,
and as they go on, you know, we could call them, maybe they go in little ghost encounters, and we could call them dates.
Ooh, they can go on dates with
Yes.
bondage points. Gotcha.
Right. And, you know, like, first you go on a picnic, and then, you know, they have a good time together, everything's great, and, you know, then they go to brunch, then they go to dinner, and then, you know,
It's a
they
lot of
spend-
money on food, man.
I know, it is. But, I mean, I think that would explain, you know, like, them getting closer, and him being able to access, or Talion being able to access Celebrimbor's deeper regions.
You really do want to get deeper into the elves in this game, 'cause
Right.
they don't really talk too much about them, so...
Right. Honestly, as far as Lord of the getting out of the weird metaphor,
Yeah,
whatever.
we're really stretching there.
Yeah, you know, but still better than fucking train talk or bridge talk
Bridge talk.
and whatever fuck Three Toes was talking about last.
Oh,
last game.
Polybridge. Let me tell you about
Sorry,
Polybridge. Polybridge is a
sounds like you're
game
trying
where...
to sell a timeshare.
Yeah. What if you could have this bridge whenever you wanted it?
That was amazing!
So you've beaten all the orcs for this thing. They don't spawn anymore. You still have to, like, the slaves will help each other down, but you still have to cut the majority of them off. Like,
It's all right.
this is-
I'll get these ones, guys. No worries.
yeah, just, you know, slowly help yourselves. So next you get to lead an uprising.
Oh, really?
Not really. No, it just gives you, like, this little thing. So yeah, I got an achievement and everything.
Gondor is with us!
Exactly.
Time to rise up, men!
But yeah, that's pretty much it. This is like, as soon as I finished this game, I deleted it. So that says a lot about my
think
desire to play more.
I think I still have it on my computer because I didn't do all the stuff. But honestly, watching this makes me not care to do all the little side stuff.
Yeah, this is... Of course, you could always do stuff like this. Get him, boy!
Get him, boy!
Wait. I believe in you!
Oh.
Oh, boy, this isn't gonna go well. Here, let me help him out. Get him, his identical twin.
Him on his knees with his heart cut out.
Yep. Orc Fight Club sucks.
Really? How long does it take them to kill one of them?
I don't
Christ.
know. I watched him try to beat down a captain.
Oh, he's fucked.
Yeah, that guy's dead. Italian just does not care.
0 fucks.
0 fucks given. I just rescued all the slaves. I killed all the things. We're done here, basically.
You know what? I think this game is a solid beginning, point for an interesting character with an interesting franchise. And I'd like to see them go more into the get away from the actual canon Lord of the Rings shit. Maybe just go into more interesting stuff like where the fuck the elves went or shit like that, you know?
They won't, but we're done with this game. Say goodbye, Arnold.
Goodbye.